Hey, what is up you guys? My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions review and demo tutorial of the Laura Lee Los Angeles Boss Babe and Party Animal bundle. I'm super excited about this video actually. Before we get started, if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I did actually hit 10,000 Instagram followers a couple days ago, so my next video is going to be a giveaway and you're definitely not going to want to miss that. And let's get started. So before I go into the demo, I'm just gonna talk about everything that you need to know about these palettes. So each of these palettes retail for $18 individually, or it's $30 if you get them in the bundle, plus $6.50 shipping from the Laura Lee Los Angeles website. Each palette has 6 shades in it, and the shadows are 2.3 grams each, just for comparison. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette shadows are 0.7 grams each, so you are getting quite a bit of shadow for the money, in my opinion, even when you are factoring in the shipping cost. So this is what the bundle actually looks like. On one side you have the Party Animal logo, and on the other side you have the Boss Babe logo, and you can actually open it up as well. So this says hustle hard and this says it's a party. It's very shiny. I really think that this is pretty, honestly. I wasn't expecting the bundle to come in this sort of packaging, and it's just gonna look nice sitting on the vanity. And then the palettes are in here and you can just pull them out like a drawer, and the palettes are right inside. I really think that the packaging on these is nice. It is cardboard, but it's like a higher quality cardboard packaging. You know what I'm talking about. Some cardboard makeup is nicer than others. I think that the design on these is really nice and cohesive. I love, love, love the copper on Boss Babe, and I mean, I think this one's pretty as well. I don't think that the purple stands out quite as much as the copper does against the black, but I love that the packaging is this matte black. I think it looks really nice. So then on the inside, this is Boss Babe. Each of these has a little mirror inside, and this is the inside of Party Animal. These colors are really, really unique in my opinion. Even when you get little pops of color in a palette, they're pretty much always a teal or like a matte purple burgundy shade. So to have such a bright neon palette release is really unique. I haven't seen anything like this since the Urban Decay Electric palette. And I'm just gonna pop some swatches of these up on the screen. So from the Party Animal palette, we have these shades It's a Party, Damage Control, Karaoke, Dranks, Bottoms Up, and Hung Over. And then from the Boss Babe palette, we have On the Grind, Deadline, CEO, 9 to 5, Hustler, and Clocked Out. So those are the swatches. I did have to swatch Party Animal twice for all of the matte shades to get that payoff, but that's so you can at least see what the colors look like and everything. But like always, we don't really care about the swatches. We care about how the shadows actually perform on the eyes. So that being said, I'm just gonna jump into my little demo of this eye look. So I have primed and prepped my eyelids. I don't have foundation on because I'm not sure if these palettes are going to have a lot of fallout or not. I used my Milani eyeshadow primer, topped off with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 12. And I set it down with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair. So we are all set to go. Side note, there is construction going on outside, and unless I am filming between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m., I can't really do anything about it, so I'm sorry if there's any weird noises in the background. So I'm starting out with Party Animal. I'm going to be using the shade Damage Control. Side note, this shade is a lot more like deep and bright than it looked in the swatches that I saw. So I'm first going in with my BH Cosmetics number 11 brush. No surprise there. Did get a little bit of kickback, and I am starting out in the outer corner and just bringing it over my eyelid. My hope is that since this is a lighter shade, it will just sort of work as a transition shade. I didn't want to use a matte brown as a transition shade, and we have all of these super colorful mattes to play with. So we have the sheerest little wash of this color on. I do want it to be a little deeper in the actual crease. So I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro 16. Again, I'm tapping off the excess as these are pigments. I don't want them to get too bright too quick. And I am bringing this color out to sort of extend towards my eyebrow tail as well. So right off the bat, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how this shadow is performing. I went in with the teeniest bit of powder, really wanting to build it up and blend it out nicely, and it did exactly that. I wasn't wanting bam in your face pigment because we are using this as a transition and crease shade. And while the color is pulling very nicely, it's not too much. Now I'm going in with this ColourPop blending brush into the shade Karaoke, and this is going into the outer corner. Now I'm going in with this Kylie brush, and I'm just sort of swirling that color. I'm bringing it up and over. I'm having a feeling that I'll need to add more color in just a second, but we'll get there. So yeah, I am gonna add more of that shade Karaoke, because I want that corner to be really, really deep. Blending this now with that BH Cosmetics 11 brush. I am now going to be dipping into Boss Babe for my lid shade. I am actually going to be using the shade CEO. That's this rose gold-ish shade, leaning more taupe. Using the flat end of a Naked brush. And I'm going in dry first just to see what's happening with this shade. We're going to do sort of a half cut crease without putting concealer down. That is honestly some really nice shimmer payoff for a dry shimmer in a world where it seems like everyone's like, I'm just gonna spray this with MAC Fix Plus. I am impressed with this. I love a frickin' intense shimmer. So I am going to spray this with my rose water and glycerin, a really great, affordable, and cruelty-free MAC Fix Plus dupe, because I want to see how intense this shimmer will get. I will note that this shimmer does have a bit of fallout. I've noticed that pretty much all intense metallic shimmers these days do have that fallout. I would rather have an intense shimmer with fallout than a not intense shimmer without fallout. That's just my personal taste. We all have ours. So I'm very, again, pleasantly surprised with the formula of this shimmer. It feels very soft when you dip your brush in, but there's no dent in it. There is some kickback, but it's not like denting under the pressure of the brush. So I'm gonna go in without adding any more Fix Plus to the brush and put it on my other eye dry, and then do it with my finger over top to see what the color intensity difference is. I truly am impressed with that payoff on a brush dry. That did get even more intense and foiled looking with the finger. I am really, really impressed with this shimmer formula. And then to just sort of blend that copper in, I'm dipping into Karaoke again on that Kylie brush that doesn't have a name. I'm just going in, I'm going back and forth really, really lightly to just sort of blur that edge. I sort of go like back and forth. It's like the teeniest bit of an elliptical motion. This color combination very much reminds me of the ColourPop Mar palette. I was eyeing that palette and decided I just didn't want that many more bronze shades, but like I totally would have done a look similar to this had I gotten that palette. So the top part of my eye is complete for the moment. I'm gonna go do some face makeup and then we're gonna come back and do some under eye shadow. Okay, so we have a face. I know you guys want to see me play with like all of these colors, but I'm so in love with this just blue and copper color scheme that I don't want to do anything crazy for my under eye. So I'm going into this orange shade Dranks. It's a very bright orange. This is it doesn't even have the label on it. It's the brush that comes with the LA Girl Neons palette. It works well to carve out cut creases or to line your under eye. So I'm using this on my under eye to sort of line it, and I'm only going towards like the outer part of my iris, sort of where this copper shade ends. Oops. Now I'm going in with my Real Techniques brush. It's a lip brush, literally the same shape as that LA Girl one. Going into Karaoke, I'm doing the same thing on the outer part of my under eye. Okay, both of these brushes are too stiff for what I'm wanting. I'm going back in with that ColourPop brush. I just don't want this to be brought down too far. So I'm looking at Boss Babe, and I just think that this color on its own is going to be a little too dark to look nice as an inner eye highlight on me. I'm going to try it with my pinky. It's actually not too bad. It is a little bit lighter or a little bit darker than what I would typically go for. And it does look a bit shadowy when the light is catching it. So I'm gonna top this inner eye highlight shade off with my loose highlight from Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Santorini, a holy grail product for me. Alright, so this is all I'm going to do to the eyes other than mascara. I'm not going to do top winged liner because we already have that like wing shape going on. And I'm not going to do false lashes because I hate eyelashes. So let me just go pop on some mascara and a lip product and I'll be right back. Alright, so my makeup is all done, and in case you couldn't tell from the video, because I'm not very much of a yas, oh my god, so pigmented type of person, I really do love these palettes. I was worried from swatching Party Animal specifically that the matte pigments were going to be extremely chalky and patchy on the eye, since when I did the swatches I had to do 2 swipes for each of them, but that was just not the case. I felt that they blended very well and how I would expect for each of the brushes that I use. I did have that little bit of Karaoke blending away as I blended it out, but I just put a little bit more of that color over the place where I really wanted it to pop, so that wasn't a huge deal for me. I do realize that I only used the one shade CEO from Boss Babe. However, based off of the swatches and just based off of how well Party Animal performed, I have absolutely no doubt that Boss Babe will perform just as well. I'm very, very happy with my decision to purchase these palettes. I think that they complement each other very well. I don't necessarily look at Party Animal and a ton of looks come to mind from just those 6 colors alone, but looking at Party Animal and Boss Babe next to each other, I think that it works so well. I honestly think that this launch was just genius. It reminded me a lot of the Manny MUA Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette, where it's split in half with colorful and neutral colors. However, Laura made it so that you don't even have to purchase the side that you don't necessarily want. Party Animal, obviously, if you're someone who really, really loves colorful shadows, this would be great for you. I so rarely find a blue eyeshadow that performs well on my eye that I'm just absolutely blown away by this palette, to be honest. Like, the way that these colors look on my eye, I'm so in love. I'm so happy that I purchased this. And if you're someone like me who loves colorful shadows and sometimes has trouble finding ones that are actually formulated well, I would really, really recommend picking up Party Animal. Let me know if you guys would like to see me do more with these palettes. I think it would be fun to do a video that's 3 looks, 1 look using just Party Animal, 1 look using just Boss Babe, and 1 look using both. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I would be more than happy to make that video. And I believe that is it. I have covered all of my bases. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the giveaway coming on Wednesday. And I will see you guys then. Love you guys. Bye.